Occasionally, we've introduced you to some of the corporate counseling clients of Crosswinds Counseling. And with more than 50 corporate partners, there are a lot of companies doing a great amount of work across a wide range of industries. Tonight, Matt Gillette, the owner of Gillette Wealth Management, one of those partners, is here with us. Matt, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Tell us a little bit about Gillette Wealth Partners. What does your organization do?
Sure, no, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we help people with their planning. We started Gillette Wealth Management 16 years ago, and we help a lot of business owners, a lot of executives, a lot of physicians and surgeons sort out their financial planning. But oftentimes it's a lot more than that, as you might imagine.
Of course.
When you get into money and family businesses, there's a lot of things to sort out with that sort of business. So I got into the business. You know, both of my parents were people of service. My mom was a Christian school teacher, worked for a very, very small private Christian school, and my dad was a psychotherapist. And I saw the impact they had helping people, and thought, well, gosh, it'd be nice to help them, but also have some financial independence, you know, as well. And so the opportunity came along to start the business, and I did, and God's blessed every moment of it ever since.
Wow.
But that's kind of how we got started. So we've been able to help lots and lots of families with their planning, and hopefully many, many more.
I want to circle back to your parents, because I'm sure that gave you a unique look into the mental health world. But through financial planning, our finances are so intricately tied with our mental health, our emotional well-being. I'm sure you've seen that through your clients over these 16 years.
Yeah, I mean, we often talk about financial security, you know, and like financial peace, and where does that really come from? And throughout the pandemic, you really got to see that. You know, your eyes got open to, you know, where someone saw their source. You know, was their source their business? Was it the market? Was it God? You know, where was their real true source of, you know, income or really safety? And our job is really to help identify that, you know, and help protect it. Yeah. So if we were sitting down with you, I'd listen and talk to you and find out like what you thought and what your source really is in your life, and work around ways to protect that and ways to help build it and make sure the legacy continued forward. Yeah. But throughout the past couple of years, it's been fascinating to watch. You know, you have segments of clients that really get concerned. Some clients are cool as a cucumber, so to speak. And some people, you know, you have to do a lot of work with, which is great. That's what we do.
Right.
But fascinating when you start to kind of peel it all back and see, you know, some of the clients that have their source with God, and some of the clients have their source with things that maybe aren't so stable. Like the markets that maybe go up and down here and there.
Right. Yeah, just a little bit. Every once in a while they go up and down. Let's talk about mental health. You obviously partner with Crosswinds Counseling for corporate counseling for your employees. Why was that an important step for you to take?
I think it's important, you know, given my background, right? You know, that's what my dad did for a living.
Yeah.
You know, he's helped thousands of people. There's not a restaurant we wouldn't go to where someone will come up and thank him. And it's always good to have additional resources for your people. You know, there's only so much you can do, and you certainly want to have a professional relationship, but also provide resources above and beyond what you can do for yourself, you know, what you can do for them. And so it's been a great partnership. And the healthier your team is, you know, the healthier you are, the healthier your family is, the healthier their families are. Right. And ultimately, you know, the outcomes of your clients are going to be better as well. So the holistic approach is really important.
You mentioned your dad. He was in counseling for about 40 years,
Yeah.
which is an unusually long career in counseling, because it takes an emotional, mental toll on the counselors too to go through that much stuff over that many years. What did you learn watching your dad go through that? What were some of the lessons being kind of in the front row to his career?
He worked a lot. You know, and so he looked at his work as a ministry. And he worked, you know, in the public sector for, you know, hospitals, but also at a private practice. And, you know, I just think he poured his heart and soul into that work, and he found fulfillment there, you know, and a lot of significance. And so whenever I started my career, I wanted to have both, you know, success and significance, financial success and significance.
Right.
And you look at someone like my dad that's been doing that for so long. It is fascinating, because you know, they're like linebackers or running backs. It's like a 7-year career, and they're done. But I think his his relationship with Christ, and him putting all those burdens, instead of internalizing all that, giving it back to God, I truly believe is why he was able to do it for so long, and also found it as his calling, and if we go back to kind of talk about the pandemic a little bit and people's money, I mean, you've got, whenever the tide came out and came down with the pandemic, we're all isolated, we're all at home, things are very, very tough for everybody. People that had a lot of success, success it's a tricky thing, because when you chase it, you find it, and then you want more, and then it's not as satisfying. There's a big hole in our heart, right, that God put there, but it doesn't fill that piece of it. And so oftentimes I'll meet clients or people out that have tremendous amounts of financial success, or what we would all think is success, but they're searching for something more, and it's a significance piece. And so the real, I think, kind of intersection is success and significance, where you can pair those two together. So I look at my parents, and they're people of great spiritual significance, and they chose fields of service, and that's where I wanted to pair those two together, of success and significance. So when I'm working with somebody, in the wealth management space, I try to figure out where they're at on that spectrum, and meet them where they're at on that spectrum, and
it's a
help them meet their
powerful
goals.
thing.
It is, and some people continue to chase the success thing forever, which is a little bit of a trap. It can be it's a sneaky thing.
Right.
Because you end up at the end of your life with a lot of stuff, but what they're really searching is significance, and so I talk about that a lot with our clients, is, where are we finding our success and where are we finding our significance, and how do we kind of pair those two together to ultimately create generational wealth, but also to keep things going where you want them to go.
Yeah. Matt, thank you so much for not only being here, but what you're doing in our community, investing into people and your employees through mental health. Thank you very much.
Thank you.